I guess this is us talking. Go. Here we go. Okay. Hello?
You know, Dustin, the reason that I give you, like, hey, it's 5 seconds until we're live is so
Welcome
that you could be ready to go when the transition happens, when it's like, oh, yeah, then the camera comes on. That's not the time for you to put on headphones. You should have those on when I'm saying, Dustin, 10 seconds. When it's like, oh, yeah.
You guys hear him yelling at me? He's just yelling at me. The fun thing is, Mike, hi there, everyone. Welcome to Meltdown Island, the only show that, makes me look like I'm somebody when I'm not.
Ouch, Thorn! Oh, listen, set out, by the way. What? What's your problem? No problem. I mean, it should be shorter, I think. If you go double time, it's funnier because not everything should be like TikTok.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Roses Thorns. This is part of the show. Say, hey, Shawn Handlon. What would you think was the best thing about today's show? Oh my God!
We did where we grunted and stuff.
Wasn't that kind of like the only thing that we did on today's show? Kind of feels like it.
I did some talking
I don't know,
earlier.
maybe.
And then what would you say, Shawn, if I was to ask you, like, hey, what did you think was something that you would like to see us try again, but maybe didn't knock it out of the park, and or maybe could be a bud that doesn't need to be thrown away or cut off, but could one day potentially grow into a beautiful flower?
That segment where we did grunting and stuff.
Buddy. I thought you were going to say looking up words on Google because that's what
that was great.
you did, and I hated it.
That was fun.
That's what I wanted to say.
But then you were thinking comedy mind.
Then I had to, just for that symmetry in comedy.
Is that it? Your symmetry in comedy, is that it?
Yeah. It's a chapter in my new book.
What book?
The book I'm writing on comedy.
What is this name of this book?
Opinions of an Obscure Nobody.
How many pages do you have written? See, you gotta ask him questions, because he'll make
Multiple thousand.
And you gotta really probe with Shawn to really get at the truth sometimes. And the reason I know he's lying is he said 1,000. No one writes just 1,000 pages, bud. It's either, I'm at 574, I'm at 1,007 words or pages. They don't.
I was rounding up.
Uh-huh. You're very sus to me. That's what we kids say on the Among Us. You're very sus.
I think I had to remember what Among Us was.
I did. Thank you, Michaels.
Uh-huh.
Ouch, Thorn!
Now, Shawn, what was something today on today's show maybe you thought was a little grumpy or wasn't lit well, or something that would be a thorn?
Something that wasn't lit well.
I mean, I feel like you want me to say that Mike wasn't lit well.
I was just trying to burn him.
But if I'm being honest, it was. I felt attacked when I brought up Cobra Kai, and I just don't understand why.
Ouch, Thorn!
I'm sorry. Did you feel attacked, honey? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a super campy show, but that's part of its charm. I mean, it's
What?
warm and nostalgic.
Well, listen,
I am
all was
so
trying to say-
sorry that Dustin told you not to watch Cobra Kai anymore and that you weren't allowed to enjoy it. I personally don't enjoy it, Shawn, but I will not shame you about it.
I will, Shawn, because I care for you, buddy. I'm your real friend. Wouldn't let you go around. Like, I'm talking about, like, if he had, like, a booger. Okay, let's say he had a booger hanging out his nose.
Yeah.
Sorry to be so crass. But let's say I would be like, hey, bud, you got booger.
Shawn, you're fine.
If there was something else that you were doing, Shawn, that I was like, nope, that's embarrassing for Shawn too much. I won't let that happen. And that would be watching Cobra Kai, buddy.
Wait a minute. I mean, I don't really think there's anything that's too embarrassing to watch. Like, except if you're maybe like getting into like racist stuff or something. I mean, come on. I mean, is there anything on Netflix that a friend of yours could be watching and you're like, oh no, that's too embarrassing. I can't be friends.
I'm watching Cobra Kai.
All right, I'm going to give my roses and thorns. I think it's time for me to do that.
Real quick, I just want to let you know, I apologize, though, if I hurt your feelings and you feel
Wait a minute. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, and this is going to be my first thorn. It's that you turn roses and thorns into a weird personal game of somebody's like winning the game.
Do I? Do I, Mike?
Yeah, you 100% do. And anytime I give you a thorn, you act like you're being personally attacked. And anytime you give me a thorn, I sense this vitriol behind it, like you're winning some kind of battle or something, and I don't get it.
Some battling.
So I would recommend that for the sake of roses and thorns, take your ego out of it and just have fun with the show. I'm also going to give a thorn. I'm going to give a thorn to Dustin's camera awareness, as his head is drifting out of frame a lot more than anyone else's.
Maybe because you over here trying to talk
to notice Shawn's head, my head, about the same size, just like in real life, and we're both next to each other in a very complimentary way. I'm going to go ahead and give a rose to myself for doing all of the work for the show. Oh, pretty much, except for the stuff that Shawn did, which is some stuff. I guess that's it. Yep. All right.
And
so
the graphics look great. Like this roses and thorns one looks really good too.
Thanks, Shawn. Thank you. I'm gonna have some video transitions for the other stuff that we got on the docket as well.
I would like to go ahead and give Mike a rose, ginormous rose, for the work he's done on the show this past week and making it so easy. I feel like you did really good, Mike, and I really want to give you a big old rose.
Well, thank you.
Now I would like to give a thorn to old Mumble Mouth Shawn. I think he needs to...
I thought it was going to be me. Did you see how I had the camera ready?
I mean, why would I give you a thorn?
Well, boy, I don't know.
No, seriously, why? Why?
Well, why? I don't know. I'm honestly, I wouldn't know. You have your reasons, though, and I will respect them.
Like, if you were to imagine, what would Dustin give me a thorn about today? What would be one?
I can't figure anything out.
We're not getting out of the show until you give yourself a thorn.
Oh my God! Who has the? Yes, Shawn.
I would just like to point out that Rollo, Reverend Aurora.
Thank you, Shawn.
Mr. Handlon is so great.
What?
He should host if Dustin gets pregnant or something like that.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet that you think I was never going to.
Maybe not such a mumble mouth after all.
Shawn, I would love to give you a show that I would run for you. That would be fantastic. I would love that.
I would come up with content for that.
I know you would. I know you would appreciate it, and you'd come up with content.
I would work hard to come up with content.
It's so nice.
See, when you have fun with what you do in life, buddy, you don't work a day in your life. That's what I've learned.
Why are you adjusting your microphone for this entire segment? You can hear rumble, 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 rumble. And this is a Roses and Thorns segment, so guess what? Thorn, buddy. You're getting a thorn for adjusting your microphone constantly, thinking it doesn't affect anybody.
What does affect people are our eyes, and yours are hurting everyone's eyes today because of your unlit background and face. It's really made some people sad. Over here I got a comment. I'm sad because of Mike's lighting.
Huh. That's weird. It doesn't show up on my screen.
No, it's up earlier. It's way earlier. You'd have to scroll.
Adam Fuller. Go ahead.
From Audra. That says Shawn's been a thoughtful and considerate co-host. Brought fun facts. That's a comment that comes up on my screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too, Shawn. I'm seeing that as well. That's very big and clear on my screen on the old YouTube.
I could see that.
I
see you guys sound like birds. Caw caw. That's the big one on my screen. And then lastly, I think that I would say one more rose to Shawn.
Oh, okay.
For joining us and doing such a good job, apparently, in other people's eyes.
In other people's eyes? What? What? What?
It's called a JK.
Like to Adam Fuller, who said, "Roast to Shawn for explaining the polar vortex."
Yep. That's a really good one. I think that's a great comment and a very factual comment.
Yeah, it's a great bit, too. I'd like to give, in fact, speaking of comments, I'd like to give rose after bouquets of flowers of roses to our wonderful audience communications today. You guys made this show double the pleasure, double the fun. Love you. Kisses to everyone.
Double the pleasure, double the fun. We're all going to say it together. We're going to say that we want Dustin to get rich.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. I want Dustin to get rich.
Dustin to get rich on YouTube.
Whoa, Shawn, that's so 2020, bro.
I'm not limiting it to YouTube anymore. I just want him to get rich, so
just period.
I can do a different show. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. Kisses.
Bye.
Meltdown.